Introduction. The history of Israel is one of the most complex and deeply influential narratives in human history. It intertwines religion, politics, culture, and conflict, spanning thousands of years and involving multiple civilizations, from ancient biblical times through exile, diaspora, return, and the establishment of the modern state of Israel. This history reveals the resilience and endurance of the Jewish people. Ancient Israel c. 2000 BCE 270 CE 1. Patriarchal period c. 2000 to 1500 BCE. According to the Hebrew Bible, the story of Israel begins with the patriarchs, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Abraham, considered the first Hebrew, entered into a covenant with God. This divine promise included land, Canaan, and descendants who would become a great nation. Jacob, Abraham's grandson, was later renamed Israel, and his 12 sons became the progenitors of the 12 tribes of Israel. 2. The Egyptian sojourn in Exodus c. 1700–1200 BCE. The Israelites migrated to Egypt due to famine. Over time, they were enslaved. The biblical account describes Moses leading the Israelites out of Egypt in the Exodus, a pivotal event in Jewish history. Moses received the 10 Commandments at Mount Sinai, forming the basis of Jewish religious law. 3. Conquest and settlement of Canaan, c. 1200 to 1000 BCE. Following 40 years in the desert, the Israelites, under leaders like Joshua, entered and settled in Canaan. This period is characterized by tribal confederacies and periodic leadership by judges such as Deborah, Gideon, and Samson. 4. The United Monarchy. c. 1022–922 BCE, Israel became a unified kingdom under King Saul, followed by King David, who established Jerusalem as the capital. King Solomon, David's son, built the first temple, centralizing worship in Jerusalem and expanding trade and diplomacy. 5. The Divided Kingdom and Exile, 922 to 586 BCE, after Solomon's death. The kingdom split, Israel in the north and Judah in the south. Israel fell to Assyria in 722 BCE. Judah was conquered by Babylon in 586 BCE. The Babylonians destroyed the first temple and exiled many Jews to Babylon, marking the beginning of the Babylonian exile. 6. Persian and Hellenistic periods 538 to 63 BCE. Persia conquered Babylon and allowed Jews to return to Judah and rebuild the Second Temple 516 BCE. The region later fell under Hellenistic influence after Alexander the Great's conquest. The imposition of Greek culture led to tensions and the Maccabean Revolt 167–160 BCE, resulting in the establishment of the Hasmonean dynasty. 7. Roman rule and the destruction of the Second Temple 63 BCE, 270 CE, 270 CE. Rome annexed Judea in 63 BCE. Jewish resentment grew, culminating in the Great Revolt 6670 CE. The Romans crushed the revolt and destroyed the Second Temple in 70 CE, a traumatic event marking the beginning of a long diaspora. The Jewish diaspora, 70 CE, 21948 CE. 1 Bar Kokhba revolt and further dispersal, 132 to 135 CEA. Second major revolt, led by Simon Bar Kokhba, was brutally suppressed. Jerusalem was renamed Aelia Capitolina, and Jews were barred from entering. Many were dispersed across the Roman Empire. 2. Life in the diaspora. Jews settled throughout Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. Despite persecution, they preserved religious traditions, language, Hebrew for prayer, local dialects for daily use, and hope for return to Zion. 3. Golden Ages and persecution in Islamic Spain, 10th–12th centuries. Jews experienced a golden age of culture and philosophy. Elsewhere, particularly in Christian Europe, they faced periodic expulsions, forced conversions, and pogroms. 4. The rise of anti-Semitism. The 19th century, Anti-Semitic ideologies spread across Europe, culminating in discriminatory laws, ghettos, and violence. Despite this, Jewish intellectual, religious, and cultural life continued to flourish in various forms. 5. The Holocaust, 1933 to 1945. Nazi Germany orchestrated the genocide of 6 million Jews during World War II. The Holocaust became a defining event in modern Jewish identity and galvanized international support for a Jewish homeland. 4. The emergence of Zionism, late 19th century. 19481. Theodor Herzl and political Zionism in response to growing anti-Semitism. Theodor Herzl founded political Zionism, advocating for a Jewish state. The first Zionist Congress convened in Basel, Switzerland, in 1897, marking the formal beginning of organized Zionism. 2. Jewish immigration to Palestine. Several waves Elliot of Jewish immigrants arrived in Ottoman-controlled Palestine beginning in the 1880s, purchasing land and establishing agricultural settlements. 3. British Mandate and Balfour Declaration. During World War I, Britain issued the Balfour Declaration 1917, supporting the establishment of a Jewish national home in Palestine. After the war, the League of Nations granted Britain the mandate to administer Palestine. 4. Arab-Jewish tensions. Increased Jewish immigration led to growing conflict with Arab populations. Riots, rebellions, and mutual violence intensified throughout the 1920s and 1930 South. 5. World War II and renewed momentum after the Holocaust. The urgency for a Jewish homeland grew. Britain, overwhelmed by violence, handed the issue to the United Nations. 6. UN Partition Plan 1947. The UN proposed partitioning Palestine into separate Jewish and Arab states. Jews accepted, Arabs rejected it. Tensions escalated into violence. V. The State of Israel. 1948, Present 1. Declaration of Independence, 1948, on May 14, 1948. David Ben-Gurion declared the State of Israel. The next day, neighboring Arab states invaded, initiating the 1948 Arab-Israeli War. Israel survived and gained more territory than allotted by the UN. 2. Waves of immigration. Hundreds of thousands of Jews immigrated to Israel from Europe, the Middle East, and North Africa. The Law of Return 1950 granted Jews worldwide the right to immigrate. 3. Arab-Israeli Wars, 1956, Sinai War, against Egypt, 1967, Six-Day War. Israel captured the West Bank, Gaza, Sinai Peninsula, and Golan Heights. 1973 Yom Kippur War. Surprise Arab attack led to heavy losses on both sides, but ended in Israeli military success. 4. Peace treaties and diplomacy. 1979. Peace treaty with Egypt. Israel returned Sinai. 1994. Peace treaty with Jordan. 2020. Abraham Accords normalization with UAE, Bahrain, Morocco, and Sudan. 5. Palestinian conflict. The Palestinian Liberation Organization, PLO, emerged in the 1960s. In 1993-95, Israel and the PLO signed the Oslo Accords, establishing limited Palestinian control. Despite efforts, a permanent peace remains elusive. Conflicts in Gaza and the West Bank persist. 6. Internal development. Israel has become a global leader in technology, agriculture, and medicine. Its democratic institutions face internal political challenges and deep social divisions, especially around religion, ethnicity, and relations with Palestinians. 7. Modern challenges. Ongoing conflict with Hamas in Gaza, controversy over Israeli settlements in the West Bank, tensions between secular and religious Jews, strained relations with international bodies over human rights. VI. Conclusion. The history of Israel is marked by profound transformation. From ancient tribal society to a modern democratic state, it is a story of survival, resilience, and renewal. Rooted in deep religious and cultural traditions, yet shaped by modern politics and conflict, Israel continues to play a pivotal role on the world stage. The path forward remains complex, requiring reconciliation, diplomacy, and a shared vision for peace.